it going?
Well, I'm Lorena Benedetto.
And I'm Esti, and this is Laugh and Chill.
You're the only Esti.
I'm the only Esti in the world.
Really?
Esti Lauder, I want my trademark back, and we're going to court.
There is no more ex Esti in your country.
Not that I know.
Really? You don't see Esti on Instagram.
There's not. I mean, I'm sure other people are named Esti, but not that I know of. I don't meet them.
All right, all right. So welcome to Laughs and Chill. One more time, last time to try on YouTube because then we're gonna have to use another platform to go live.
Yeah, we just I think got to keep going until we find something that's the right fit for us. Because yeah, it's a little tough.
Yes. So let's go straight to the first segment.
All right, let's talk about what's happening in the world. As you know, technology is always making life better for people. And so I'd love to talk about some current events. Um, if you heard recently, Google is helping.
That's my new Esti. That's my new Esti.
Sorry, what has
That's
Google
my
been
new
doing?
Esti. We already talked about this.
That's right. What's been going on, Lorena?
So the name of the segment,
Is global chaos.
Global Chaos. I said global chaos.
Yeah, I mean, I think British people say chaos.
Really?
I heard a song and
That's why I learned English in British.
yeah. I mean, they probably say chaos, but some of them say chaos. I don't know.
So in global chaos, the first story we're gonna go through is Google is helping mass deportation.
Goodbye, Lorena. It was nice knowing you.
My goodness, and I'm always in Google. Now I'm gonna use ChatGPT, no Google anymore.
You're gonna become a Firefox girl.
I'm going to become a Firefox against Google.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my superpower. Stop Google. So, but how is this? Google helping mass deportation. He put money. He blocked the. He's blocking the people who is telling other people where are the immigrants located or where the ICE is located or Google Map or something like that.
So, I mean, yeah, what's happening obviously is technology, you can make it do whatever you want. The issue is most technology is controlled by these platforms. So, the ICE, is using Google's face recognition technology and their apps to identify people that they want to deport. So, on one hand, Google's making technology for them to deport people. On the other hand, there were already some apps that would tell you if ICE was nearby and they would warn you. You know how, like, if there's a cop and you're driving, it says, oh, there's a like police.
Oh yeah, like when you're driving when you're using Waze.
Exactly. And Google Maps has it a little bit. So Google is turning off those apps that do that for ICE.
Also, I there's apps who show people where is ice.
There were.
My goodness, I'm so out of I'm late. I need to be protected.
I know your show's called "Don't Call Immigration." You gotta have all the latest spy gadgets and
When I
immigration.
the last new about deportation or immigration I heard was, oh my god, that was a heartbreaker,
Hmm.
heartbreaking, broken heart. How
Yeah,
do you
it was heartbreaking.
was heartbreaking to learn that there is a senator trying to force a new law where is is a requirement sine qua non that you have to speak English to do Uber or Lyft.
Oh wow.
So I understand that we need to speak the language,
Mhm.
But to me, it's like, so you forcing Americans to do jobs that immigrants regularly do. You're trying to make Americans poor again, or more poor than they are.
Yeah, I mean, why are they specifically targeting Uber and Lyft as platforms?
Well, those platform are the biggest platform for deliveries and taxi drivers,
Oh, I
basically.
see. So they just have been seeing. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like maybe when I was in Miami, I had some people that didn't speak English, but I mean, it was fine. The apps just take you
You
there.
know,
And,
the first time I went to Orlando for a show, like 3 years ago or more, like before COVID, I was shocked because I called an Uber. Well, I didn't call. I call an Uber,
Mhm.
and when the Uber arrived, was an American.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was
No,
shocked.
I.
Like, what? What the fuck? What are you doing here? Why are you stealing our shitty jobs?
It's like that. Yeah. No, I mean, I think everybody, most of the Ubers I've had are Americans, but I feel like everybody does it.
Hmm.
So, and even what you said, like, I think the robots, like, why are we fighting over the Uber jobs when the robots are going to take those anyway?
Yes, well, you know what? Before 2020, you barely find Americans doing Uber.
Really?
Before 2020, you barely, like, not in Miami, it was almost impossible. I noticed that a lot of people started doing a second job. That's a second job. That's a part-time second job you do in the afternoon, night, after you finish your work, your regularly job, your daily job.
Yeah.
And I noticed that people started doing more those jobs after 2020. What I found very communist.
No, I mean, I had my last Uber driver was driving a Tesla Model X, the one with the Falcon doors, and he was like an engineer, and he was like, "Yeah, I just do this after work."
So when you live in a country where you're forced, or I would say 80% of the country is forced to live sharing an apartment because your salary is not enough, and you're forced to get a second job in the afternoon night, is because this country is in the same way that Venezuela went. When the Venezuelans started, the engineers started doing taxi drivers. That was the beginning of the end.
Wow. So you're saying that was a sign that was not.
Yes,
That
to
was,
me it's a sign. You making people get a second job when these people went to school.
mhm.
uh Something is not working, something is off here. You're not getting a good salary. How low have to be the salary, and how high have to be the cost of the life, or of living
Cost
the.
of living. No, you're right. If you look at the cost of living compared to wages, they go like this. It's pretty terrible.
What is that?
This is the
It's going
cost of
like that.
living. This is wages. Cost of living, wages. They're going in up. Yeah, I think they heard you talking about the cost of living, and they were like, "We can't have that." You love Snow White? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. We're back on. We're back on. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good stuff. That's right. Yeah. You could be like the press secretary for deportations. Just go in front of a podium. Mhm. That's right. You guys would no, I think good job. It'd be a good job. Yeah, so like you said in the example, I mean the technology, okay, maybe in that one it's making life a little bit more difficult for some people. But there's also examples of people using it for their own benefit. So an example that had happened was that there was a grieving family who had a relative who died while they were in the hospital. So they're in the intensive care unit. They died, and the family was billed $195,000 uh, for the for the care while their relative was there. So $195,000 is a lot. What the and yeah, and and especially too, it's billed in such a way where I think like insurance doesn't cover a lot of, or like I don't think any of it, right? That we pay for insurance. You pay for insurance. Insurance doesn't cover it, and you get a $200,000 medical bill. Yeah. So what the family did was they gave the bill to AI, specifically to Claude, and they said, "Hey, read this bill and see if you can't find any problems with it." So what happened was at first Claude was like, "There's not enough information on here," because it just had one big thing that said master procedure, so it didn't explain it. But what happened was they asked the hospital, "Can you give us a breakdown of all the costs?" And after the hospital gave a breakdown of all the costs, the family gave it to Claude, and the AI realized that they had been charged for the same thing twice.
Really?
Yeah, and they found a whole bunch of other issues with it. So, it was inpatient rather than emergency, just different codes and stuff that they were doing. And so the family, after using AI, got the bill down to $33,000.
So they can sue the hospital, they can sue somebody.
No, I think they're just going to pay the 33,000.
I wouldn't even pay for them to try to charge me more than I owe.
Yeah, no, it's really tough. And so again, that's the thing with technology. It's who's using it for one purpose. Because I mean, that's an example, right, where you might not be an expert in medical billing, right? You don't know. And if somebody says it's $200,000, what can you do? And so having these tools for something like that is a big benefit, and obviously there, right? That's life changing if you have all that medical debt, you know. So hopefully, it's used. And again, it just depends on who's coming up with the use cases, who's designing the system, and what is technology being used for.
So what do you think is gonna happen with AI and us?
What do I think is gonna happen? Like, what do I hope happens, or what am I
Maybe in the
worried?
next 10 years. Don't go farther than 10 years. In
10
10 years.
years. There's a couple. So again, I think in 10 years, I mean AI is gonna be crazy. You're literally seeing AI the worst it's gonna be right now. This is the worst it's ever gonna be. Within 5 years, it's gonna be crazy. I think within 10 years they might have general intelligence or something very, very close to it. At that point, right, it's a question again of if you ask for AI for help with your medical bills, is the AI been programmed to listen, or is it going to say maybe I can't help you with that? So I think AI is going to become so incredibly powerful that we're going to need a way to regulate it. And then I think that it's either going to be used to make a few people very rich, or it's going to be used to make everybody very rich. And I actually don't see a middle ground, because I think AI is going to produce so much wealth like the world has never seen before, that literally it's either going to go to a few people or it's going to go to everybody. Like I don't think they're going to be able to split it.
I don't think I would love to that happen, that make everybody rich, but I don't think things work like that in this world.
Yeah,
This
it's
world is owned by a bunch of greedy people.
so the reason why, because like I think in the past people would be like, oh, everybody rich, and it kind of sounds like a pie in the sky dream. This is what I mean by it. There's something called post scarcity economics, which is what happens to the economy when there's no more scarcity, when there's no more like not having stuff.
What is the scarcity?
Scarcity is when there's not enough of something. So if you think about it, like maybe you want food, maybe you want a house, and there's not food and houses for everybody, let's say. So society has to figure out who gets what. And there's a lot of different systems to do that. There's this theory with AI that it's going to help bring us into the age of post scarcity, which means no more scarcity. So basically, think everybody is a Beverly Hills trust fund baby. Nobody's worried about like the basics of life because there's more than enough of that.
That's what I
People,
want. I don't want to worry anymore.
well, again, that's one scenario, and like you said, it really depends on how we use AI. So we have to look now, right? Like, how is it being used? How is it being controlled? What is it going to be used for in the future, and who has power over it? Because
I'm
it really
learning.
is.
I'm studying AI like crazy.
Yeah,
And actually, it's shockable. It's impressive because this week I took a 4 days course,
yeah,
4 days, and it was like the how you say that like just a superficial. It's just
surface level.
superficial. It's just 4 days superficial thing, and I was shocked. Like now, every time I go to Instagram or any social media, YouTube, whatever, I see it and I like, and then I said,
Yeah.
this is not true. It changed my mind. Literally, it changed my mind right away. Like, it's you can do anything. You can make people set stuff whatever you want. You can be right now in England without being in England. Like perfect. Nobody gonna notice it that you're not there. Just the people who is next to you in your house.
No, again. Imagine in 10 years if that's how good it is today. Right? And so we're really getting to a point where, I mean, it's going to keep getting more and more powerful. I don't know if you heard, but everybody's talking about like we have to stop, we have to regulate it. But none of the companies want to stop because if you slow down, the other companies get ahead. So it's this weird arms race that's developing right now with AI where everybody knows that we have to stop and slow down and think about how can we use it responsibly. Nobody's stopping or slowing down, everybody's going faster, and so either, like something terrible happens that forces people to slow down, which is also scary because the side effects of it would be disastrous, or, we all get very smart and responsible, which maybe,
Which is almost
maybe
impossible.
almost impossible.
But
So, yeah, there's a lot of hope.
you know what I like? What I like about this course I took. This guy, right before we start the course, every day he pray.
Mm, that sounds right. Sounds about
Uh,
right.
he doesn't care what's your religion. He doesn't care about anybody. He cares about what he believes.
Yeah,
He prays. Everybody, when I see the cameras, because it's online, when I see the cameras, everybody's like,
right.
so for one side is AI taking over. in another side is Jesus taking over, taking back over.
I mean, I think having everybody focus, right, especially, the power of prayer. If everybody in the world is putting their mind towards protecting us from the issues that we have, I mean, I think that's a positive thing, and that, that could that could lead us to finding a solution, because I think people have to understand a problem a lot of times to solve it. And especially AI, it's a problem that people, they understand how much they don't understand. And so I think, yeah, even, if people studying AI came together and prayed, I hope the people at Anthropic and ChatGPT are praying every new
Well,
release, because
I think um I know maybe it's a naive way, like people call me naive a lot online. Or, oh, so you believe in God, so you believe in fairy tales too. I said, my goodness, how hurt can be somebody to try to hurt somebody else with words? Somebody else that they don't know, And to me, God doesn't matter how you see it, this high energy, this powerful love that connect everybody. If you see the other person, the others as you are, you can maybe don't let these AI things take over and do it for the right thing. Maybe. But I don't know. Sometimes the greedy and the the evil thing that we have inside to take over.
yeah, again, it's what role does greed need to play in an economy that's post scarcity? And the answer is none, right? Because it's genuinely like probably the closest example you could have to those prophecies of unlimited abundance. But you're right, even in those situations, human greed can come through. And so I think really ethics is the bottleneck of society right now, right? We can only progress as our ethics progresses, because everything else, I mean, we're seeing move exponentially fast. But if our ethics don't keep up with it, then we're not going to have anything.
We don't have, yeah, it's true. That's the thing, that some people believe that they, if they want to have everything for them, they don't understand that in the end they're gonna lose. Nobody gonna have it.
Yeah. And
It's
it's
part.
very interesting. No, because even you, if like I listen to a lot of people online who are multimillionaires, and they all say the same thing. They say after a certain amount of money, the money does like stops making a material difference. So back in the day, it used to be a different amount. What I hear now people saying is like 50, like I heard somebody the other day say $50,000 a month. They said after I started making more than that, like the money would go into my account and then it would go directly into my investment accounts. And I never saw it, right? And I could buy whatever I wanted and I didn't notice it. And so once you reach that stage, whatever it is, it's a different number for different people, but more money doesn't make you happy. And when you see and you ask people who have reached that stage, well, what makes you happy after you've accomplished it? 9 times out of 10, the two things that I've heard are being of service, helping other people, and, doing like kind actions and following your passions. So I think that there really is something to say where, after a certain point, people's lives isn't actually made better by these things. And so if they're still pursuing it, that's not ultimately what brings satisfaction. But some percentage of people are obviously
Don't
going to.
we can start doing the right things or good things, helping others, even if you don't have.
Yeah, of course. And that's not to say that you have to, get to that level to start being a good person. But it's what people say, right? When they realize that, because you hear it all the time, right? Like the billionaires are like, money doesn't buy it. And it's like, well, it's easier for you to say because you don't have to worry about dying, right?
My brother, My brother always say, I tell a joke because my dad used to tell us that,
Uh-huh.
money doesn't give you the happiness. Money
Yeah.
doesn't give you the happiness. My dad used to say that a lot because he had the money. But then when we grew up, my brother said, yeah, those money doesn't give you the happiness, but if you don't have it, takes the
Yeah.
happiness away.
Yeah.
It's true.
No, it's very
It-
true. It's very
It's
true.
totally true. I feel like when I don't have money, when I'm broke, when things are not going the way I want or I expect, is it's hard to keep going. It's hard to move.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's hard and it's very stress and
Oh my
like
goodness.
anxiety producing, right?
Yes.
Because you
Yes.
don't.
I've been thinking a lot about it because um, it's not a thing about the how is the economy run right now in this country and everywhere. I said when United States has cold, the rest of the world has pulmonary, or or something like that. They're about to die. They get cancer in the lungs.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Everybody has pneumonia when the US gets a cold.
Pneumonia, exactly. So, but today, because I always uh, think right after I go to church, which is Saturday, that I go to church Saturdays. Um, Today the priest said, if you don't have abundance, if you don't have a lot of whatever you want or you need or like love, money, work, peace, you have to check what you're doing wrong.
Hmm.
And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
What I'm doing wrong. I have to make a list. This is like my goal this week. Find out what I'm not doing right. Because every time I have money or I have food or I get things that I won't use, I'm always giving to people, to homeless, to I came and somebody said, I said, oh, I don't know, something like, would you have the clothes? And she said, oh, I don't have clothes. I said, why? Because I'm coming from like I lost everything.
Hmm.
And I had clothes in my car. So I opened my car and said, here, try all this. Whatever is not doesn't fit you, give it to me back because I can take it to the church. I don't want to give it in goodwill because they sell. I'd rather to give it to somebody who's gonna use it right away, you know,
Yeah.
that doesn't have to buy it. So I'm always giving. So that's not the stingy part, the pichirre. We say pichirre in Spanish. In Venezuela, just in Venezuela, we say pichirre, stingy.
Hmm.
Um, the stingy part is not my. I'm generous. I am. Sometimes I'm becoming kind of reserved
Hmm.
with the information because I don't feel rewarding. I like when it's a win-win relationship.
Yeah.
So I rather to give to people that I never gonna see
Hmm.
anymore because I'm not expecting. But there is something, maybe parents, maybe family. He said all that. When you fight with your family, when you don't forgive, all that kind of things make you block the abundance in your life.
No, you touched on a lot of really important points. I think one of it, again, at every stage of, the human experience, I think people really do get fulfillment from giving to others. And like you said, there's a different type of giving when you give to expect something in return, and other times when you give just to give. And there's something very freeing about that. And yeah, oftentimes the people with the least amount to give are sometimes the most forthcoming and the most generous. So, but I think a lot of people at all stages really give. It just depends on, you know, not everybody knows when you give or if you give or how you give, but if it's something that you do for yourself and you find it gives your life meaning, I mean that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's nice to give. It doesn't matter if people know or
Yeah.
not. It's better when they don't know because to me, I found it like, so you want people to see that you're giving because you never give or what? What is
Yeah.
that? Why you don't do it in silence? Why you always have to pay? Some people pay the PR for the PR to tell the news how much you're giving to the poor, how much you're giving to the needs, the people in needs. And talking about that, we're gonna.
I think you froze.
the
But I just
the YouTube took me out.
you're talking about giving. Talk about taking, they'll bring you back.
I didn't say anything wrong. I don't understand.
Yeah, no, Lorena,
Now,
you gotta be careful. They have
so
YouTube's owned by Google. That facial recognition technology's pointing in on you. They said, get her. I'm just kidding. She's
she's
here legally. I'm just
she has
joking.
an accent. Maybe she's illegal.
That's right.
Ven para acá. Oh, say hi to Esti, Uncle Esti.
Hello, nephew.
I love you. So, we come into the segment of.
I don't even remember what it's called. It's called Lorena Explains Spanish to Esti. I love learning from you, Lorena. I'd love to hear your wisdom. You always have great little tidbits
I
for me.
I love to learn from you too.
Much
I'm
appreciated.
always learning a lot from you. You are very wise. You're very wise.
Much appreciated.
So, when things turn complicated, when things are very difficult, when
Hmm.
like everything is is bad, like situation is bad, and then out of the sudden, I don't know, the roof outside breaks. It breaks the roof of your house. Everything was bad. You got fired from your job, and then you crash your car.
Yeah.
We said, éramos muchos y parió la abuela. We were a lot and grandma has a baby, had gave birth. So it got very complicated. This is the how complicated it can be. My grandma just had a baby.
I feel like the person who wrote that was going through some stress and then it happened. They're like,
That's very famous phrase in Venezuela. Very famous phrase. We were a lot and my grandma have a baby.
say it again in Spanish.
Éramos muchos.
Éramos muchos.
Éramos we were. Éramos is we were a lot. Muchos. Éramos muchos y parió la abuela.
Éramos muchos y parió la abuela.
Yeah, parió is parir is to give birth.
I see.
Parir. La abuela is the grandma. La nonna. La abuela.
No,
So
that's
we were a lot, and the grandma has had a baby.
yeah. I think you gave a really good example. Like you lost your job, the car broke down. That actually, you're hitting a little close to home right now. But
And then your
no,
grandma, you arrive after you lost your job, you crash your car, you get home, and your mother tell you, Grandma Joe has a baby.
that's you literally summarized my week.
What happened? What is this?
I'm gonna
My
have an uncle.
uncle. What?
I said I'm gonna have an uncle. I'm expecting an uncle.
So imagine how crazy can be stuff.
No,
Uh,
absolutely.
there is another phrase. Se le cayeron
Se le cayeron
los crespos.
los crespos.
Okay, the when girls, because guys don't do that, when girls do this with the hair and curly hair.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine my hair is like that all the time, so I do curly hair. I do
Mm-hmm.
curly hair with the thing, and it's and looking like,
Yes.
and then the curly goes straight.
Wow. Criminal.
So that's crespos is
Crespos.
curly hair. Crespos is curly hair. So the curly hairs fall. Se
That's
le cayeron los crespos.
se le cayeron los crespos. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
makes
The
sense. That's a good
curly
one.
hair falls means it means it's when somebody um lost his her mind. Like, oh my god, she was doing everything well, and then out of nowhere, like, she exploded and she got crazy and do us a show and a scandal in outside. Oh my
Mhm.
god, se le cayeron los crespos. Her curly hair falls away, like
Yeah, she lost the
she lost
curls.
her curly hair.
Yeah, no, that's a really good. I'm trying to think of some examples. So se le cayeron los.
Talking about hair, there is another one that is the same with the crespos. Is la dejaron con los crespos hechos.
La dejaron con los crespos hechos.
Yeah, they, the guy, she was going to get married,
Hmm.
so
Oh, they left her with the curls.
she did the curl hair, and the
Yeah.
guy didn't come, so he stood her with the curly hair done.
No, that's like in the movies. She's all dressed up. She's waiting at the altar, and nobody shows up
With the curly
with the
hair done,
pearls, and
all
she
that
did her.
shit,
Yeah.
all the makeup.
Oh
So la
no.
dejaron con los crespos hechos.
You're hitting me in the feels, Lorena.
La, well, but it works also not just for getting married. Like, people is like, I'm waiting for these people who gonna call me to give me that job or that give me that promotion, and they call somebody else. Oh fuck. Me dejaron con los crespos hechos,
Yeah.
vestida y alborotada,
Oh boy, say again.
vestida y
Yeah.
alborotada,
Uh.
dressed up and ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to go. Like, literally like that. Ready to go. Not ready.
Right.
I'm ready. No. Ready to go. But you're very gay. Esti.
You did it like three times. I thought I was like it was part of the idiom. I have to say it like that
For a girl, please.
for a girl. Oh, I'll tone it down.
Thank you.
You know what? I mean, in some languages you need the hand signs. You know.
Vestida y alborotada.
Yeah.
My goodness. Go, go, go. Vestida y alborotada is the same as con los crespos hechos.
Hmm.
Ready, dressed up and ready to go with the curly hair done, and they stood her up, or they left her waiting for the promotion, or the guy left her in the altar,
Yeah.
vestida y alborotada.
Do you,
Hay otro de
do you
altar.
feel like that's something? Do people say this often, or is it just one of those like infrequent ones? Do people say this a lot?
No, a lot.
A
We
lot.
said a lot. Like, te dejaron con los crespos hechos. It's
Yeah.
very funny because since we moved here, we don't use it as often as we used to it back in our country. But sometimes I'm talking to a friend and I say, oh my God, yeah, me dejaron con los crespos hechos. And they laugh, oh my God, so many years that I didn't hear that phrase. Wow, wow, wow. And we laugh, and we found that, we found memories of our another life.
Yeah, there's some nostalgia when you say it.
Yes, exactly. Nostalgic for the time that we had back in our countries. You have a phrase from your no, because you were born here.
I was born somewhere, but I think I'm trying to think of like a good phrase. I don't really. I gotta write them down, but there's a ton. What's a funny idiom that I hear?
Idiom.
What's a funny? I literally heard one, like my uncle gave me one last week, and
Oh yeah.
I'm blanking on it right now. But I'll think of it and I'll let you know.
Okay. Let's do one more and finish because I have a show, babe. Or we have another segment.
We do, but I don't think for the people at home it's gonna make sense unless we go back and share our screen maybe.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we can do
Okay.
the other segment next
Prepare-
time.
we have to start doing stream.
Yeah, we'll stream it on the different platform, and we'll show you guys our brand new segment next week, or I guess next stream. So
Promise. Okay, well the last let's do two
okay,
more phrases.
hit
You
me.
have to say tell me one phrase in English.
Yes, yeah. Let me think of some. I'll think of one. What's a good? There's got to be a ton. Um,
When we want something very like when we expect a lot, we expect you to do everything for me,
mhm,
like um we're doing a job together and I don't want to do anything but I because I expect you to do everything for me, my
mhm.
part and your part. Regularly you should tell me, so que tú quieres un pozo de petróleo en el patio de tu casa.
Do you want an oil cake in the patio of your house?
The oil, the pump,
Oh, an oil pump,
when you find the oil,
an
when
oil rig.
you know when you become rich because you find
Yeah.
oil in your backyard.
Yes. Wow.
So when I expect you to do everything for me, you have to tell me, oh, so what you want? You want a oil pump in your backyard with a cold lemonade?
Yeah.
So it's like that. That's very, very Venezuelan because we were oil country.
Hmm.
Tell me something. Give
Uh,
me you.
all right. So, have you heard? Let me see. I want to find a good one for you.
Chinga tu madre.
Oh, yeah. I think I know that one. Have you heard of burning the midnight oil? Since we were talking about oil,
It's not a movie.
maybe I don't know.
No, what's that? Burning
Burning
midnight
the
oil.
midnight oil.
And the only burn I do is the bridges between me and
Um,
people.
that's yeah, it's slightly different. Burning the midnight oil. It's when you work very late. You're working and you're staying all night and you're constantly working over and over again. So back in the day, I mean, people didn't have light bulbs; they would use oil lamps, and so they were burning the midnight oil. And people still say that to this day, even though nobody uses kerosene or oil for their lamps. Oh yeah, you're ready.
But this is a fake.
It's
This is
electric.
battery.
Yeah.
But when I turn off everything, looks like it's a candle. It's like weird. I love it.
No, it's very relaxing, and I think especially a lot of that old stuff, like that's why like so much of this language is kept. Even like if you think about it, like when you go to your email system, it shows you a letter, like with an envelope. Have you seen that? Like the icon on your computer for mail is a
Yes,
handwritten letter.
yes.
And so the reason is people use analogies to understand stuff. And the older you look at language, you really realize like they would have something and then they would use that for something else and then use that for something else and then they'd keep making analogies. So, email is based off of real mail. But even then, right, like now, like people, have you heard the thing where like people they do the hand sign for talking on the phone? People who are
I
older do
always
it
do
like
this.
this.
I always do this.
Yeah, and like younger people who use a cell phone do this. And it's interesting
They
where
do this. Younger people do this.
I've heard that younger people do this. Yeah.
Fuck! I have to stop doing this.
No, well, I but even then, right? A
Oh,
lot
I'm
of people,
sorry.
e- even
Hello.
if you use cell phones all the time, this feels a little better, right? Because it like you have the idea of a phone
That's because
call.
you're young. You're too old, Esti.
No,
Sorry.
I prefer this one.
Because you're old. I
Oh,
wanna
because I'm
try it
old.
from
Oh, wait a minute.
now.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not with it. When did that happen? No, but no, so it's very interesting. Again, I think things always remix and
Wow.
progress, and analogies build off of analogies, and it's always fun when something like new is reminiscent of something old, like you said, and we still kind of have that feeling that comes along with it.
Listen, for the next week, I want you to kind of personalize your background, babe. Something that says Esti, you know?
Oh,
Not doesn't have to say Esti. No. No. Something that says Esti, your personality. Show your
I
personality.
have something for you. Do you want to see it?
A dildo?
Uh, I mean, I think you're gonna hurt yourself, but this is a horse,
Okay.
and if you look here at the top, it's a candle. This entire
Oh
thing
my
is a
God.
candle.
A candle?
This whole thing from the bottom to the top is wax. You can light it and you can burn it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's very masculine, Esti.
That you wanted something pure Esti. There you go. We'll keep
You
that
sound
here.
like a donkey, not like a horse. No,
Oh,
you sound like a
oh.
roaster.
I,
Like a
I,
roaster.
like a rooster. No, like roosters are like "Cock-a-doodle."
Maybe it's not the name of the animal I'm looking for.
A rooster, like a
The one
male.
they eat, the one they eat in Thanksgiving.
Oh, turkey. I had a feeling.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey?
No, turkeys are like,
Turkey do that?
yeah, they're like gobble gobble.
And they open the
Yeah,
thing beautiful.
yeah.
But those are not the turkey people eat.
That's the peacock that are beautiful with the tails.
So you sound like a peacock.
Oh, I'll accept that.
All right.
Peacocks are also very masculine. Every no, you don't think they're masculine? Can I prove to you that they're masculine?
Yes,
Every peacock is a boy.
they don't have girls.
They do. They're called peahens.
Peahens.
Peahens. Yeah, a peacock. Because if you think about it, for a rooster, like a
Because they have
chicken,
a cock.
no, because a cock is a boy rooster. So it's called peafowl. The species is, well, there's probably some name for it, but peacocks, the boys are more common. It's kind of like a cow. All cows are girls.
Cows are female.
Cows are females because it's cattle,
Yes.
bovines. The men are bulls. The female are cows. So with
Yes.
chickens, the men are cocks and the females are hens, roosters and hens.
Yeah, gallina, chicken, pollito. No,
You-
no. Pollito, chicken, gallina, hen. Yeah.
Yeah. And so with peafowl, the peacocks are the boys and the peahens, same thing, just bigger birds.
Peahens.
Peahens and
Because it
peacocks.
has hands.
Hens.
Hands because handsome.
Hen models, yeah. But it's funny because again, the men I feel like are the models of that species. So
I like it. I
yeah,
like it.
they're all
Peacock. They
stigmas.
have cock.
What
It makes
what
sense.
whatever helps.
Yeah, it's like what else? We were talking about Coke. I said something and then I said, "Oh, it's like Coke because they have a Coke peanuts."
I have no clue what we're talking about.
Yeah, my neighbor has a sticker in her car that says, "I love peanuts."
Your neighbor is very friendly, or I
And
guess just very honest.
she's
Yeah.
funny. She found it funny. I thought maybe I don't know how to spell peanuts. Maybe she said peanut, penny. Maybe she likes
Oh, you
money.
thought it was like a misunderstanding.
Money, yeah. I thought
Yeah.
maybe money. So I asked her, and she was laughing already when I told her, "Your car is." And while we were walking to her car, she was already laughing all the time, and I was like, "Why are you laughing?" And then you wanted to show me the sticker. I said, "Yeah, I think somebody put it there for you because I check in Google, and this is mean." And she said, "No, I found that funny for my boyfriend when he used my car."
Oh man, yeah,
She is crazy.
that's awkward. Then you're getting out of like the gym or the grocery store, and people, you're like, hey, what's up, guy? Yeah, yeah.
It's like my car has a sticker that says, "Don't try to talk to me."
But you're so friendly.
No, because, and I was traveling all over, driving around by myself, and weird guys tried to talk to me.
I see.
So I was afraid. I put that sticker, I put a cam,
Hmm.
tink, ink, ink, the dark win
Oh, tint.
paper
Yeah, tint.
tint, and I got a knife and pepper spray. I was all protected just in case.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, that's definitely very,
I
very.
was afraid,
Yeah, yeah.
because
No, it's
somebody came in onto my car.
Lorena. That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
swear. No,
Yeah.
that happened for real in Austin. That
Yeah.
was the reason why I didn't rent the apartment. I was going to rent the apartment, and the night before, I was going to sign the lease, and the night before, somebody followed me from a show to my apartment.
Well, that's very
But thank God
disturbing.
I
Sorry
speed
that
like
happened.
I
Yeah.
speed like crazy,
Yeah.
like always. So I speed, but the person, the gate of the
Hmm.
condominium closed super slow, so the person came in behind me. But they were neighbors walking, so I yelled, "Ah, don't leave!" While they stop and check around, I took that time to leave everything in the car and ran away to my apartment because there were people. Then in the morning, when I came to my car, the door was full of.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's.
And a friend told me maybe it's a bird flu. And I said, well, maybe it's a pterodactylus because it was so big. It wasn't a little bird. It was a pterodactylus, the
A,
poo.
a pterodactyl. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was scary. It was scary and crazy that time. And that area where my friend used to live, she just moved. But that area is kind of dark and a lot of forest around.
That's so scary.
I like to live in the city, like
Yeah.
where a lot of people, noise and stuff. I like to live in the city. Yeah, I feel more safe when there's a lot of people around
I mean, yeah, with experiences like that, I don't blame you. But
and more to ride.
I yeah, I bet that story does wonders at the comedy scene.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, but I always said that I come out with a good experience out of a bad experience
Hmm.
because everybody deserves a happy ending.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good bit. Definitely a good bit for sure.
Yeah, um, um, I have fun all the time when I travel around, and some
Mhm.
moments were kind of scary
Right.
because obviously I was alone, and but I always try to be positive, and well, I talk to God.
Yeah.
Whatever my God is, I talk to God, and I was like, I feel kind of safe in that way, and try not to think about what happened so much. Just
Mhm.
take actions. I bought a knife. I bought a golf club. Um, I put the camera, things, pepper spray,
Yeah. Make sure that, yeah, no, it's, yeah, you have to be very careful. And like you said, I mean, you have to, you can't ignore it. You have to take it and, process it and make sure that you have some actions, but then you can't dwell on it
and
either.
then
So,
write beats about it.
and then, yeah, and then, that I bet you kill with massage parlors. You freeze.
Because this is crazy. This is the third time that takes me away. YouTube.
Yeah. No, I think you should file a motion.
Yeah, and I'm going to my show. If you're in Miami, North Miami, around North Miami, you can go to Lost City. Find Lost City in your Google Map. If you're watching this now, around 9, we're gonna start the show in Lost City Brewery in North Miami. It's Miami Day. It's the day county comedy. It's the show, and the show is free tonight. So, and it's a fun place, and other comedians are coming. And that's it.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful time at the show. I hope you kill it. And
Thank you.
really loved this episode of Laugh and Chill. So thank you for everybody who joined. And it's only going to keep getting funnier and hopefully more chill. But
Yeah, yeah.
the
Laugh and chill.
it was,
We had a lot of laugh and chill too.
I think so.
So I want that horse behind your back next week in something to look like very. What is that behind you, Salam?
This is my wall. It's called a sconce. It's my wall
Is
sconce.
is Sakul lamp.
I appreciate it. I was like, I want that one. So it was very.
So thank you, YouTube. Thank you, everybody who passed by. Share this video, this podcast with your friends, and invite people to support us.
All right,
Hey,
everybody.
say bye.
I will see you all next time. Don't forget to have a great week.